on to your butts, because we're taking a ride to Jurassic Park. Oh yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Welcome guys to another retro review for my interpretation of the whole entire Jurassic Park trilogy. I want to do this review slightly because Jurassic World is coming out this weekend, and which I am hoping is really good. Please be good. I haven't really told you guys a lot, but I am a very big fan of Jurassic Park. I love the movies, and keep in mind there will be some spoilers, so there might be some minor spoilers ahead, so minor spoiler warning just to let you know. And with that said, let's get straight into it with the first original Jurassic Park released in 1993.
I own an island off the coast of Costa Rica, and I spent the last 5 years setting up a kind of biological preserve here.
On this private island, science has defied evolution.
Where do you get 100-million-year-old dinosaur blood?
Genetics has mastered creations.
We've made living biological attractions so astounding that they'll capture the imagination of the entire planet.
And extinction is a thing of the past.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
So Jurassic Park is directed by the one and only Steven Spielberg, and what this film was revolutionary. It came out at a time where not a lot of people knew how to perfect CGI, not a lot of people knew how to blend practical effects with CGI effects, and Steven Spielberg was a king at that because he did a magnificent job at making this movie look absolutely beautiful. And not only that, to this day, 22 years later, these effects and the way it looks just absolutely holds up. It actually looks better than some of the stuff that's released today. It actually might look better than Jurassic World in the trailers we've seen for that. Another thing that I love is Steven Spielberg's direction. Like, he always likes to do short, at the same time, long takes, because he wants to incorporate the epicness and the grand feel and scheme of it, because it just looks absolutely fantastic. And Steven Spielberg is just one of my favorite directors, and I'm just glad that he did something like this. Another great thing about this movie is the script. I mean, the script that was written, I forgot what his name is, but he also wrote Mission Impossible, the very first one, and the very first Spider-Man. This guy is a really good writer, and he definitely did a great job at writing this script and fleshing out the characters. I love Alan Grant, I love the Doctor, I love everybody in this movie, but my favorite character is everybody's favorite character, Ian Malcolm! Jeff frickin' Goldblum as Ian Malcolm is absolutely great. He is so good in this movie. This role was just absolutely written for him, and that's what I love, and it's just so good. He's just great in the movie. I love how awesome, cool, but like kind of nerdy he is. Like, that's really the best thing about his character, and he consistently is my favorite character in the whole entire Jurassic Park franchise. But all around, guys, it's really easy that it's hard to find problems with this movie, because this movie still holds up. Like I said, this movie still holds up 22 years later. That's insane. And that's what I love about this movie. And of course, I am going to give Jurassic Park an A+.
You sure we're safe?
Yes. Must have figured out how to open doors.
Jurassic Park.
Now we get on to the second entry, The Lost World Jurassic Park, or Park the Lost World, whatever. It should be flipped, but anyway, let's just get right into it.
That's how it always starts. But then later there's running and then screaming. What the hell was that?
Go. As fast as you can.
I need you to send rescue immediately.
Taking dinosaurs off this island.
So this one is also directed by Steven Spielberg, and it has Jeff Goldblum as the main character of Ian Malcolm. And right there, you have such a great premise. Like I said in my original Jurassic Park review, Ian Malcolm is just such a great character. He is one of the best movie characters in history, in my opinion. And Jeff Goldblum, once again, is absolutely phenomenal. I think he did such a good job. And he still incorporates that likableness and like nerdiness and just coolness of Ian Malcolm. He's just awesome, and I love the idea of they're not really going there for discovery. They're not going there for money or whatever. They're going there because Jeff Goldblum, Ian Malcolm's girlfriend, played by Julianne Moore, who also did a good job, is trapped there, and they need to go catch her. And I love the personality and the personal traits of Ian Malcolm, and I love that they had to incorporate that. And you know what? I even really enjoyed Vince Vaughn's character. I mean, he was a really less restrained character. I'm glad he wasn't just Vince Vaughn, just, hey, I'm going to talk really fast, I'm going to do this, and blah, 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 blah. He actually did a fine job, and you know what, I liked and I bought his character. And just like in Jurassic Park, the CGI and the practical effects still look great, and they still hold up. My goodness! Spielberg is such a great director. He is a visionary, as I like to call it. Like, I know a lot of critics like to use that phrase, and I don't like to use a lot of critic phrases, I'm a critic, and blah, blah, blah. I personally think this movie is so underrated, and so just kicked on a lot of the times. And I think it's because people who are fans and love the original Jurassic Park were going into this movie expecting the same thing. You should not go into this movie expecting Jurassic Park over again. You should expect a different story with Ian Malcolm and just him going to the island. You should expect that, and if you expect that, you should love this movie. And that's the same thing with happening with another Spielberg movie called Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. A lot of people really hated that movie, like a lot of people hate this movie. But over time, they've accepted it's not Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it's really propelled in a lot of fandom, and a lot of fans propel that it's one of their favorites in the franchise. And I think over time, the same thing might happen. I'm not saying immediately, but I'm seeing over time, more fans of The Lost World will come out. Now, is this movie as good as Jurassic Park? No, it's not. It honestly is not. It does have a couple problems, even though they are minor. I'm just gonna go over them real quick. First off, the gymnastics scene.
Hey, you!
Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah. But the thing that really saved it was Jeff Goldblum's reaction was just like, well, you didn't make it in the gymnastics team. That was a terrible impression. But anyway, and another little problem I have with this movie is actually the finale in San Diego. I feel that it was a completely different movie. When you watch it, it feels that way. And it feels like it's just Godzilla or something. Like, it just feels like I was in the jungle and now we're in the city of San Diego. But other than that, I think this movie is really, really good. And I think it's one of the most underrated sequels of all time. And for that reason, I'm going to give this film an A-.
Don't move!
What is it?
Mommy's very angry.
Okay, now we talk about the Jurassic Park movie nobody likes. Roll the clip, I guess.
I've chartered an airplane to fly us over Isla Sorna, and we'd like you to be our guide. We'd love to make a contribution to your research here.
It could almost be paradise.
My God, I'd forgotten.
We have a landing strip up ahead. You cannot land on this island.
Oh my God! But in this forbidden place, where man has tampered with nature,
This is how you make dinosaurs?
This is how you play God.
Now, Jurassic Park 3 is not directed by Steven Spielberg. It is instead directed by Joe Johnston, who did Jumanji, which is a movie I really like. And with this movie just didn't fit what he was trying to go for, and for that reason, this movie is very disappointing and it's just not good at all. Right at the beginning, you can tell there's something wrong with this movie, and that is the scene where Billy, the kid in the movie, is being parasited, and the green screen and the effects look absolutely awful. Even in 2001, they did not look very good at all, and now they look even worse. They do not hold the test of time, and it just looks so bad. And instead of Ian Malcolm returning, we have Dr. Alan Grant from the first one. And don't get me wrong, it is really cool to see Alan Grant. It really is. I love Sam Neill. I think he did a really good job in this movie for what he was given. I just think they should have used it a little more and a little more better. And what this story follows is William H. Macy and Tia Leone, I think is how you say her name. Their son, Billy, the one who I said was parasiting in the beginning of the movie, he basically gets lost on an island, and of course, the thing that brings Alan Grant to go to that island is money. Just like in the first one. Really? They're ripping off themselves. Why? Why did that need to happen? I don't get it. Why? Why? And like I said in the beginning, the green screen, the blue screen just looked really bad. And that's not just with that scene. That is throughout the whole entire movie. The CGI, what Joe Johnston wanted to do was add close-ups of CGI. And I think that was a huge mistake in my opinion, because what Spielberg did with the CGI dinosaurs, he only used them for wide shots. Joe Johnston wanted to do close-ups. What Spielberg did with the close-ups is that he used animatronics. And even in this movie, the animatronics look really bad, and they also do not hold the test of time. And I think Joe Johnston was just not the director for this movie. However, this movie is not an awful movie. It really isn't. It's not a movie that just makes you just want to rip your heart out, or it just makes you just want to be like, why? Why am I living? It's not like that bad. It's just, it could be an entertaining movie for your kids. And another thing about this movie is that it is really short. It is 92 minutes with credits. The other movies were at least 2 hours long. Why is this movie really short? And even for being really short, this movie is boring. So maybe it's not even meant for kids. I don't... But like I said, this movie's not all the way horrible. It really is not. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. It's just a really disappointing movie to a franchise that is so just beloved and really good. And for that reason, I'm going to give the film a D+. It is really cool to see Alan Grant. It is really cool to see some of the characters from the original. And there are some of the shots look really cool, and there are some entertaining sequences. However, the whole entire movie altogether is just not very good.
life, it's not just a walk in the park.
They set a trap. They actually set a trap.
So guys, I hope you really enjoyed my retro review for the Jurassic Park trilogy. I really hope you guys appreciated it, and I hope you guys go see Jurassic World, which I'm hoping it's really, really good. I really am hoping for that. And as always, guys, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. Follow me on those things in the link down below there. And as always, guys, you can hit that subscribe button to see even more content by me and more weekly reviews for movies or updates, or maybe I might start doing trailers or vlogs or whatever. And you just want to hear some dumb movie nerd talk, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you then.